For the last two versions of InDesign, layers got far more complex. If I look at this document, it has just one layer, as do all InDesign documents. But if I click this expand triangle next to layer 1, you'll see that I've got a group, which I can hide or show individually with the eye icon to see what's in that group. If I expand the group itself, I could see it's made up of 2 lines and a text box that starts with your guide. In a group, it can be difficult to select the pieces to edit one or the other. So through the Layers panel, I can click to the right of the first line to select just part of the group, and I can make the weight of that line 2 points. I'll do the same here. I'll click the square to the right of the second line to select the second line, and in the control panel across the top, I'll either type 2 points or choose 2 points. And now I've edited that group. Now it's common to want to isolate individual pieces onto their own layers. So we're going to take this document and break it apart into separate pieces. I'll start by building a new layer called Background. So I simply hit the Panel menu on the Layers panel and chose New Layer, and I named it Background, and I'll click OK. And when I move an object to Background, I select it first. I have just this large photo selected, and you'll notice here it's the towergrots.jpg. If I take this square, which indicates the selected object, and I drag it all the way up just below the background layer so there's a thick black line, and let go, the points change to red to indicate that this photo has been moved to the background layer. I'll click the eye icon and I can hide or show that layer. And I'll collapse layer 1 and drag background underneath layer 1. So now it is the backmost object. It's also common to want to lock the background so you don't inadvertently select or move that piece. It's set in stone, we don't want to move it. Then I'll break apart the other pieces. So I'll make a new layer called Title. The default color is green, and I'll leave that. And I'll select on the page this traveler text. I'll take the dot indicating the selected object next to layer 1 and drag it down to Title. The points turn green, indicating that the word traveler is now on the title layer. I'll also select this group of objects by clicking them on the page and dragging them down to Title. So now if I expand layer 1, I simply have these 2 boxes at the bottom. So I'll double click on layer 1 and name this Callout. I'll collapse layer 1 and drag the callout in between the background and the title. I usually like to always keep the title at the top. So now when you select individual objects, you could tell by their selection color which layer they're on. You could also use the eye icon to hide or show everything on a layer, or expand the contents of a layer and hide or show individual groups or individual pieces. See if you could dissect this document and break it into 3 layers to have the title portions on one layer, these callouts on their own, and a locked background layer.